In today's video, we're upgrading to the red, white, and blue. Hey, what's going on YouTube? Mr. Football here today, and we're gonna be doing something a little bit different. Something I've done a few times, I guess, on my channel over the years, but I wanted to kind of do a special helmet build and kind of make a theme with this. We were going to do a USA flag theme. I've got a couple items here that are kind of go together. There's a few other things that are, you could add to this look, but I think it's going to be pretty neat once we all get it put together. So what we have here is a classic Riddell Speed, the Revo varsity size Speed. I've had this helmet for quite some time. This was a helmet I picked up, secondhand, and it was just kind of something. What was funny at first was I used this on my channel, and I had one of those white big grill face masks on it. Well, I've recently sold the big grill face mask. I went out there to look for it, but I guess I'd forgotten that I'd sold it. But we're going to put a different face mask on it. We're going to change this gray one out and put something else on it. Kind of an I guess you'd say an old school face mask on it. One of the original, an older style Revo Speed. Revo Speed really isn't around very much. I mean, you see it, but I mean, it's really not the standard anymore. The Speed Flex has taken such a prominent role in what Riddell, produces out there. We've got a visor to add. So we're going to talk about all of those things. We'll talk about the components first, and then kind of get into the video. So obviously we have the, just the standard red. I mean, there's nothing fancy about it. I mean, this helmet was used and everything. I bought it, secondhand at a sporting goods store. Originally costing $139, which at the time I really liked that face mask. So to me, it was worth it. I've never really used this other than in video purposes, for stuff like this. So they've obviously changed the Speed, over the years. Now kind of the one that they really go to is the Speed Icon, which has changed a few things. And so like we have that, we've got the kind of the running back style face mask on there. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember. I used to do a lot of face mask videos, but I'm starting to forget a lot of the styles, as far as the numbers. So forgive me on that part. But I kind of wanted to just kind of put this together. I'm not, looking for this to be like some amazing thing, but I really like some other things I've added with this. Some other like small accessories that we're adding. I've got a Shock Doctor Max Airflow lip protector in the chrome USA flag. Super cool with that. So we're adding that to add just a little bit of flair. The face mask, kind of similar in as far as like the design, but this was kind of a hard one to find, and I can't remember. I think I bought this off eBay. It probably needs to go to Green Gridiron. Because it's just, it's really beat. It's one of those lightweight face masks. It even got a little bit of a rattle in it. So, it's probably not approved for play in any way, but it's really cool looking. So it's a neat face mask style. It reminds me of the early days of the Speed, especially with the curve and all that. So that's really cool. And then the final thing was the flag visor from Under Armour. I've had this for quite a while, and I need to do more videos on it. So that's kind of one of the things we're doing here today, is looking at the flag visor. And I would like to do something, just a little bit more with this, since it is kind of unique. But we're gonna get started with that. But the first thing we'll do, if you guys don't check out our one thing I want to kind of just put ahead of time is this really isn't a big video for me. I mean, this is kind of just a something I wanted to put together. The other piece to this thing is the Shock Doctor Showtime the Showtime Shock Doctor backplate. And so we just gave this away on one of our least recent live streams. We do a lot of live streams. We're going to continue to do our live streams in in the upcoming weeks. So we do give away some substantial items sometimes. So that's pretty much a big deal that we kind of get into. So, if you guys want to win some things going into next football season for free, you need to check out our live streams. We do those on Saturday nights, okay? And we always post details on those. So for extra details, go to Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. I'll usually post on my story when we're, going live as far as like exact time and day, which we're trying for Saturdays unless something comes up for me. And then the other part was check out our private Discord page, which those are linked down in the description. So I've also got my my iPad here on a tripod here to kind of film the overall process of how this is going. As far as like tools we need, we don't really need anything to install the visor, but what we'll do is we'll try to put the visor on the face mask first and then throw it onto the through the helmet, and then we'll have some footage there at the end. So what we'll first do is we'll take the face mask off. And the only thing we really have to do is take off the top 2 screws up here until they come loose, like that. We'll do the same on this side. And this is pretty fun. I've never done this before. I know channels like Green Gridiron and others have done these helmet builds. I don't really have anything spectacular to do. This was just kind of a design that I thought of and something that I wanted to try. So let's not lose that. Go ahead and knock that one out. The next thing we have is the quick release tabs down here. And I don't have my quick release tool, but we'll try just and really if you have just a little blunt object, you can get that to come off pretty quick. All right, and we've got it off. There it is. A little hard on the disconnect there. So there's our helmet. Let's make sure we got all our hardware up here close by. The only thing we have to do now is, I don't have any fresh stuff here, so we're gonna have to just peel this stuff off of our old face mask and get this off here. Go ahead and push the helmet aside and worry about our face masks. All right, so all we're gonna do now is the 2 larger pieces are gonna go down the bottom clamps. This is also a good video if you've never seen this done or how to do it. We'll see if these work out here. Make sure they're gonna work. Okay, so there's the first one. Hopefully these fit. You have to use a little force to get them on, but they're on there pretty snug. So we've got that. They're on there. We'll do the ones up top. And really, I'm worried about kind of the thickness up here of the top bar, because there's a little difference between this is a little thinner. So as far as the top 2 bars go, we'll have to see if that's an issue. This was one of the only white face masks I have, so we kind of just had to go with what we had. Yeah, that's not bad. That's actually, it's on there tight, so like it won't move around. We'll have to really make sure we screw in the top part back to the front bumper of the helmet. And we'll go ahead and make sure we've got these aligned where we need them. Like, I'm not looking to, play with this and anything. It's just going to be a display item. So, I'm not going to be too concerned if it's not perfect. Okay, so let's do the visor now. Go ahead and take it out. I can't remember if I've actually mounted the visor. To be honest, I've had it for at least 2 years, but I guess we used it maybe in a prior video. But there it is. It's the Under Armour flag visor. The only thing I changed post from getting it was adding the red Under Armour visor clips. They normally come with white, or excuse me, not white, black. They just come with the standard black. So I went ahead and changed to red, just as a different setup. I think what would be really cool is if you had one white, or excuse me, well, if you could do a flag design on these, whether it was like a decal or just get, since most of the time the red and the blue are still pretty standard, you can find those. So, you know, finding a red one and getting a blue one. I've seen some of the visor clips go for pretty cheap. So we'll see if this visor even fits, to be honest. But we're going to get it set up to where it should fit on there. And find a good location here. Make sure it's going to all work out. I love the tint on this visor. It's just it's super neat, especially with the flag design. It's super cool. So we're gonna get this in here, and you know, I wasn't planning on talking too much in this video. I really didn't have a whole lot to say. I just wanted to put this together. It was something I was wanting to do. I was wanting to do a video with this visor. I wanted to do a video with the back plate. Show these kind of cool designs together and kind of how you can mold them. If that's something that you want, you know, to have as a kind of a flag visor setup, along with, you know, all the extras with it. I think some of the other things, the Shock Doctor also has a flag chin strap that goes really well with this. I just don't have that, so maybe we'll make this and we'll have some upgrades over time. But there it is. There's the face mask. Excuse me, the face mask with the visor on it. And I put the visor clips there on the edge, and so there's just a little bit of a gap there. But these older style, I think an Oakley would probably work better rather than Under Armour, but we'll see if there's any issues with that. And the overall setup, because I don't want it to bend too much. Like, it's not going to be played with really, so I'm just trying to get it on there so we can go ahead and mount it. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get the front on first. I feel like that's going to be the hardest part, getting that on. I definitely think, you know, most people, you know, when they put their visor on, they just kind of throw it onto their, you know, put it underneath the helmet. Ever since I've seen, you know, other people, you know, put the visor on before the face mask, always seems to work better. Just from the standpoint of, you know, I don't know, it just seems more practical, you know, to do it that way. Make sure it fits on there, you know, and not having to struggle with the helmet still being attached to the face mask and so forth. Having a little trouble here, but I think I've almost got it. The face mask is working okay, but I'm more worried about it, you know, not popping off. So we're gonna make sure this works. I was having a little trouble with the top part of the face mask connected to the front screw of the helmet, but we will try to get one of the quick release tabs on if it's going to cooperate. So over a little time here, and I think a lot of my stuff is just a little hardware is just a little bit old, but I was able to get the quick release on here. I like the look of it. Just, I know it's beat up, but I like the look just for the simple fact that you know, it's kind of got like a little wear to it. There's obviously scratches on the helmet. You know, the face mask is worn. The visor looks really clean on there. So anyway, there's the helmet put together, and obviously we have our, you know, our mouth guard all together. And there it is. All right, so that's the end of the video. I just wanted to say thank you guys for watching this. I guess the only trouble we had was with one of the screws on the sweatband, and you know, it was more difficult to put this together than I thought it would be, just because I think the thicker face mask, being an older face mask, brought in a few more difficulties with the more modern clips that I have that are with these. But you know, a lot of this stuff is kind of old. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. It was super cool to put this together. Like I said earlier in the video, you know, check out our social media pages on Instagram. Check out our private Discord page if you want to share photos of your gear. You're always welcome on there to share your gear that you're picking up or thinking about getting. And we've even, you know, people are sharing and even swapping items on there. So it's a fun time, you know, to be a part of it. And also check out our live streams on the weekend. I'm Mr. Football. And I'm out of here. Mr. Football out.
Perfect.